mountains of Virginia, on the trail of the lonesome pine. In the pale moonshine, our hearts entwine, where she carved her name and I carved mine. Oh June, just like the mountains are blue, like the pine. I am lonesome for you. In the blue mountains of Virginia, on the trail of the lonesome pine.
That's it, I'm taking my name out of the phone book. Laurel residence, Stan Laurel speaking. I'm in the middle of breakfast, so this had better be someone I like. Oh, Lucille, it's you. Sorry, I haven't been over to see Babe. We've been... Oh, right. Right, no, not at all. I'll get Ida to drive me. I'll be there in half an hour. Okay, bye. Ida.
We present Stan by Neil Brand, starring Tom Courtenay as Stan Laurel.
Good afternoon, madam. Come in. Welcome to the Oliver Hardy Twilight Home and Chapel of Rest. I'm Mr. Hardy, the manager and proprietor, and this is my partner, Mr. Laurel.
How do you do?
Extremely.
I beg your pardon?
What do you mean, extremely?
Well, she asked me how I did.
And you said extremely. Extremely what?
Extremely, thank you.
Extremely, thank you. Oh!
Now listen here. I don't have all day to stand around talking. Can you or can you not provide the arrangements for my dear Uncle Cecil's interment?
Why, certainly. Stanley, show the lady through to the casket showroom, please.
The what?
The casket showroom.
Is that where we keep the caskets?
Why, yes.
Oh, you mean out back?
No, I do not mean out back. The casket showroom through the door there.
Which door?
Why, that door. Show the lady through that door to the casket showroom. Please follow Mr. Laurel, dear lady. Our casket showroom is out back.
Sure is dark in here.
We try to suggest an atmosphere of shady contemplation.
How?
By turning the lights out.
Oh, tell me, dear madam, when did the dear departed, depart?
He hasn't.
He hasn't departed?
Not yet, no.
Well, do you want to come in and wait?
Oh!
You see, dear Uncle Cecil is very specific about his requirements. The casket must be just so.
Just so what?
Dear madam, what does dear Uncle Cecil have in mind?
Why don't you ask him yourself?
Hello.
Oh! Are you Uncle Cecil?
Yep.
These gentlemen want to know what casket you would like.
Don't like any of them much, but I guess that one there'll do.
Would you like to try it?
Oh, really?
No, don't believe I do. But if Fatty there can get in it, I'm pretty sure I can.
Who's Fatty?
I believe the gentleman's referring to me.
You got that right. Well, do you want to make a sale or don't you?
Yes, we do. Isn't that right, Fatty?
Oh, all right. I'll get in the casket.
Here, let me help you.
Oh.
That's it. First leg in. Steady. Now the other leg.
Out of my way! I'm trying to sit down. There.
Ain't Ain't you gonna lie down?
No, I am not. Stanley, kindly show the lady and Uncle C. This gentleman how the coffin lid can be lowered in 2 halves.
Certainly. This lower part closes like this.
Exactly.
And this upper part...
Oh!
There you go. Now he's lying down. Fits pretty snug, don't he?
Is he all right?
Oh! Oh, my head! Oh! What did you do that for?
Oh, Ollie, I didn't mean to do it.
Oh, be quiet. Well, do you want the coffin or not?
Nope, don't believe I do.
Come along, Uncle Cecil. Let's try the funeral parlor next door. Perhaps they'll be professionals.
Now see what you've done. Do you want to come in and wait?
Well, I didn't mean to. Only my hand slipped.
Oh, be quiet and help me out of here. Give me your hand.
Whoopsie-daisy.
Don't you come in here. You're supposed to be pulling me out. Brace yourself against something.
Brace myself. Right.
Well, hurry up.
Here we are.
Not the lid.
He told me to brace myself and the lid went warm and I don't know what to do. It was stuck inside a coffin. Ollie? Ollie? It's me, Stanley. I'm sorry to yell at you through the keyhole like this, but Lucille said it would be best if... Ollie, you awake? This feels kind of silly. Lucille said you sometimes wake up a little groggy, and if you see someone in the room, you might not know who they are, and then you'd panic. I'm trying to make sure you're awake before I come in, or else make sure you're asleep so that I can go away again. Ollie? Boy, does this feel like one of our pictures. Hey, Ollie, I know you're mad at me for not coming to see you, but I was sitting at home with Ida, and I was getting kind of bored with the TV, and I said, well, I guess I'll go see Ollie. And do you know what she said? She said, well, go see him by all means, but tell him I won't have him in the house ever again, not after what happened the last time. And I said, what do you mean? And she said, well, the next time he wants you to go with him to that silly convention in Chicago, you tell him to go by himself. Babe, you awake? Babe, I'm coming in. Can you hear me? It's me, Ollie. It's Stan. Can you hear me? Are you okay? It's okay. It's only me. Gosh, I'm sorry, babe. Lucille said you were awake. I'd never have joshed you through the door if I'd known you were asleep. Please, babe, I'm sorry. I know the slightest thing panics you when you wake up. That's why I wanted you to know I was coming. It's me, Stanley, remember? Babe, please. Look at me. Look at me face. You know me face, babe. Look at me. You know me, babe. You know me. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Stanley screwed up again, right? Right? I thought if you heard my voice through the door, Ollie, why don't you let me in? I thought you'd know me. Instead, I made it worse, right? You heard a noise you didn't understand and saw someone you couldn't remember and went into an Oliver Hardy flat spin panic. No! Running round the room trying to hide from the landlord, Edgar Kennedy coming to get us. Hey, babe, quick, hide the goat. Hello, Mr. Hardy. It's Mr. Laurel. Come to visit. I brought you some hard-boiled eggs and some nuts. Remember? Hard-boiled eggs and nuts? Then you hit me over the head with the bedpan. Okay, you don't have to do that now. No, it's all right. Don't sit up. You want to sit up? Do you want to sit up? Here, let me help you. You just relax. Why don't you do something to help me? However many times have I helped you up, babe? Brushed you down, tried to get the ceiling plaster out of your hair, or the paint off your pants, found your derby and placed it delicately on your head. Yeah. Comfy? Comfy? Comfy as you can be, hey, babe? I know, babe, I know. It's not good. I know just how you feel. I had visitors in hospital after my stroke, and I wanted to make them feel better, and I just couldn't. But at least you're at home, babe. Lucille's out there in the kitchen. Ida's here. Lucille's going to cook lunch for us all. The girls will stay in the kitchen so as we can chat for a while. No, they're staying in the kitchen so as we can chat together. What's the harm? You think there's something up? What are you trying to hide? Nothing, babe, nothing at all. Hey, I didn't bring you hard-boiled eggs and nuts. I brought you some grapes. And this. Cookies in their very own tin box. I know you still like them. You want one now? Later, eh? You just shout when you want one. I'm sorry I haven't visited in a couple of weeks, babe, but you'll forgive me when you find out why. I've been working. Yep. Working on a whole series of new routines for us to do on, wait for it, TV. You know the features I loved making the most? Those pantomime pictures set back in history, Babes in Toyland, Fra Diavolo. They were sketches, but like the old days in vaudeville, weren't they? Fairy stories, if you like, full of innocence and fun. Well, how about this? The Laurel and Hardy Fabulous Fables. Stan and Ollie, back in the characters they know best. Stanley-O and Ollie-O. Pantomime dupes to the aristocracy. I got a call from Roach's son, Hal Roach Jr. He wants us to do 4 one-hour films just as soon as you're well. What's up, babe? Oh, babe, please don't turn your head away from me. Babe, what did I do? I thought you'd be excited. Do you want me to go so as you can sleep? I talk too much. I always talk too much. I'll go. It's obviously not a... I don't understand. Do you want me to go or stay? I rang Lucille. I said, do you think it'd be okay to see Babe? She said, sure. Now I seem to have done something. Oh, Babe, please don't turn away. I can't bear to see you lying there, so helpless, so small, not being able to help. What is it? You tell me if you can. Your mouth. What's something I said? Help, is that it? Help. I can help you. How? Do you want me to go? No, well, that was pretty emphatic, even for you. Thank you, babe. Well, since I'm staying, how can I help you? Do you want a cookie? All right, all right. For a man who can't speak, you're awfully persuasive, babe. Your mouth. You're pointing to your mouth. Do you want some food? 1 tap for no, 2 taps for yes. Here, use the cookie tin. Ouch. Okay, babe. You've got some strength in that good arm, I'll say that. Now we've got a system of communication. You hit the tin twice if I'm right, once if I'm wrong. Boy, just like the old days. You get frustrated, you hit me. So you don't want food. Why do you point to your mouth? My mouth? You want me to eat something? I ate just now, babe. Ow! I'm not holding this thing anymore. Here, use your spoon. Okay, so you don't want me to eat. Why point to my mouth? Talk? Oh, you want me to talk? Oh, fine. I can talk till the cows come home. You know, we're like an old married couple. We've had a baby. Their first mistake. Remember? We played husband and wife and lived, fought together. And suddenly, I don't know if you're mad at me, if things are okay. Take some getting used to, babe. What? You're touching your throat. What is it? Yeah, your throat, yeah, I can see that. What about your throat? Oh, do you need water? Oh, you're thirsty. Right. Here, let me get you some water. Wow, babe, I'm impressed. Here, open your lips just a little. That's it. Good. That's better. Better? Not better? What is it, babe? Please don't turn away. What did I do? I only asked if that was better. You turned away when I talked about the Laurel and Hardy fabulous fables. Now you turn away when I talk about you feeling better. Why are you pointing to my mouth, babe? You turned away when I talked about you getting better because you don't believe it. You're pointing to my mouth because you want me to tell the truth. Oh, boy. Sorry, babe. I misjudged you. I had a dream about you last night. We were running a funeral parlor, and you ended up getting locked in a casket. Try getting that past the front office in the 30s, eh? No jokes about funerals. The doctors haven't said anything to you, have they? Lucille? No? Only one left you can trust, eh? Okay. The truth. Where do you want me to start? Here? All right. I lied to you. I didn't call Lucille. Lucille called me. She said I ought to get over here. Something the nurse had said. The girls left us alone because they thought we'd want to say goodbye. There'll be no Laurel and Hardy fabulous fables. You won't ever again say, "That's another nice mess you got me into." You've lost nearly 60 pounds. Nobody'd even recognize you now. Lucille and Ida stayed in the kitchen because Lucille's been crying, and she didn't want you to see. That enough truth? I should have known not to pretend. We weathered some terrible times, babe. Your divorce, my divorces, Roach and his damn sneaky contracts. But we're not going to weather this one, Mr. Hardy. And you know it. You just had to know that I knew it, right? Oh, sorry, babe. Did I make you jump? I don't want you to leave me, babe, but I'm damned if I want to see you in this lousy bed in this stuffy room getting smaller and smaller, losing all that hardy bulk. And when I walk out of here, everything that needs saying between us is going to need to have been said. What? Oh, you're taking my hand. Quite a squeeze. Thank you, babe. Guess I did something right. Well, you've got the truth, but don't know where it leaves you. Or me, for that matter. Makes it a hell of a lot harder to help you. You're a brave man. I think you are. You afraid? Don't be. No point. Easy for me to say, right? I'm 2 years older than you. I've had a stroke, and Lord knows what all. You don't think I'll be far behind you, do you? There goes your hand up to your throat again. Here, let me pour you some. There you go. Careful not to spill it. So what do we say? How do we talk about you not being there anymore when all I want is to keep you around forever? Give me a hand, babe. You know, everybody thinks we lived in each other's pockets, but we went our separate ways for years, didn't we? And the war came, the picture business changed, and our star slipped a little. We needed to make some money, and suddenly we're on a ship together bound for England. And I realized that I didn't know how to talk to you about anything but work. I thought, like everybody else, you were the Babe Hardy of the pictures. I was just dumb. In real life, we were our opposites, me talking all the time and bossing people around. And you, babe, you were so shy, baby. You steered clear of people. You certainly steered clear of me. Oh, I know. I know you didn't mean to. I felt kind of hurt on the first few nights we were touring together that you didn't want to spend too much time with me, but I knew you weren't happy. All those laughs we got out of your weight, and you were really sensitive about it, weren't you? You thought people were laughing at you all the time, even off screen. You thought I was laughing at you. I wasn't, babe. No. Babe, you asleep? Babe? Oh, babe. Do you understand any of this? What if you've already gone? That terrible time last month when I brought the TV in here because they were showing one of our old pictures, I thought you'd get a kick out of us sitting watching our old stuff. And the film started, Laughing Gravy, and 10 minutes in, wham, a commercial break. The care we took to shape those stories and write in the build-up of a gag, Listerine mouthwash. Boy, I'd like to Listerine mouthwash some of those TV guys. And the film came back on, and I heard you start to cry. It was horrible. And Lucille told me that, well, you can't watch TV anymore because you can't remember what happened from 1 minute to the next. If you can remember, babe, you're still here. If you can't, that's it, babe. Hang on to me. Grip tight to my arm so I know you're here. I brought the paper. Here, how about this? Santa Anita Racecourse, 3:30. Number 1, Blue Chip, 6-4. Number 2, Ace in the Hole, 10-1. Third, Chapel Goer, 15-1. Know any of them, babe? Know any of those nags? Also ran Cherry Blossom, Altamont, and Doughboy. Doughboy? You know Doughboy? You ever bet on him? You did? Did you ever win off of him? Boy, you're something, babe. Just like Lucille said, comes and goes, goes and comes. That stroke's a wicked thing. It leaves you with no movement, no speech, and a memory that takes you away from us and drops you back like nothing had happened. I was lucky to get so much back after my stroke. I didn't get the aphasia. I could still talk, still remember. We don't know what you remember. We can't break through, and you can't break out. It's the hardest thing for your friends to... Sorry, babe. To let go your hand, I just have to... What? Oh, yeah, the paper. Right, okay. Big news in the world, according to the LA Times, August 3rd, 1957. Let's see. Russia launches spaceship. There's this thing called Sputnik. Sputnik, babe. It's a Russian spaceship. The Russians sent it up, and it's going round the world right now. Yeah? Overhead. And everybody's mad as hell. Here, listen. Moscow is claiming it's the first step towards mankind going into space. Can you beat that? That's something we never thought of, babe. Laurel and Hardy in space. We could do it, you know. Stankov and Olyovsky, cleaners to the Russian space program. We're mopping the floor at the launch pad, and I start to polish a handle, and you say, don't touch that. And I say, why not? And you say, because you'll just mess things up. You do the floors, I'll do the important things. But I carry on cleaning the handle, and you get mad and throw a bucket of water at me, and I duck, and the bucket hits the handle, which closes the door and starts the launch countdown. And you're panicking, and I'm crying. And then you say, it's okay. It's okay. I'll press one of these buttons and get us some help. And you press a big red button on a control panel. It's the blast-off button. And we suddenly shrink through the floor with its speed of takeoff. We're just heads poking through the floor, attached to our overalls and boots. And outside the porthole, the earth's getting smaller, and you look at me, and what do you say? Well, that's another nice mess you've got me into. We could do it, you know, babe. We could do it, and we get such a kick out of it. I made you laugh. Beautiful. When we were on set, I'd have no idea what would work until you heard it. And I'd see your face light up, and you'd shake. You'd shake, babe. I've never said this to you, babe, and I should have done. Charlie, Chaplin, and me, 2 English boys, came out to America with Carnot in 1910. He was already the star of the show. I was his understudy. I got my break on the vaudeville circuit doing impressions of him. I watched his star rise as mine got fired off contracts again and again. When, eventually, I got hired for the pictures, everybody wanted to be Chaplin. Billy West, Harold Lloyd, me, we were all Chaplin impersonators or Chaplin substitutes, and, damn it, my dad didn't bring me up to be anybody's substitute or understudy. I just couldn't hack it on my own. I couldn't ever be as good as Charlie, and I knew it, and it kind of burnt me up. But then Roach teamed me with you, and the 2 of us, we could do it. We did it, babe. I couldn't be Chaplin, but together we both could. Just as funny, just as famous, just as loved. Probably more loved. And right now, they're playing our stuff on TV every night. I've got a pile of fan letters for us at home as high as the ceiling. They write to us both, babe, because they need us. They need to know we're there. You want truth? Here it is. Pretty soon now, maybe a day or 2, I'm going to get a call from Lucille. Babe's gone. I'll not be able to go to your funeral. I couldn't handle it. I'd either make a fool of myself or say something inappropriate. I'll stay at home with Ida, and I'll look at the ocean, and all the time, babe, I'd be writing new material for us in my head. Gags, routines, just a story in the newspaper'll be enough to start me off seeing you and me carrying brushes or going door to door, trying to avoid the wives. Only I'll know I'm just passing the time away. Wasting time, weeks, months, years, maybe. While you're here, all my comic thoughts, and that's most of my thoughts, they have some meaning. With you gone, babe, just the dreams of an old man with too much time on his hands. Don't go, babe. Oh, I'm sorry, babe. I don't know what I'm saying. Poor sick Mr. Hardy, you're going. It'll be a mercy for you, an end to your suffering. Guess I should go. Was there anything you wanted to say to me? Can I help you to say anything? I can't really make you laugh anymore, babe. The juice just won't flow when I look at you now. Life was never so black that you and me couldn't cheer it up, eh? We lightened up the whole damn depression, for God's sakes. What was our best moment? Top of the tree. Way out west. We had a ball making Way Out West, didn't we? It made a mint. Lucky you don't remember what was going on at the same time. Great big newspaper headlines. Laurel's wife sues for maintenance. New woman claims he's a bigamist. Then 4 days later, Oliver Hardy's wife sues, claims extreme mental cruelty. And both wives retaining the same lawyer, smiling Roger Marchetti. Could have been the gag from Thicker Than Water. Mae Bush and Anita Garvin giving it to us good. Now, is this the money that I gave to you to give to him that he gave back to you that you gave to me? No, that's the money that he gave to me to give to them, and now I've given it back to you. Meanwhile, Roach wouldn't sign us to a joint contract. And when I went to fight for it, he told me you'd been in to complain that I was getting more money than you were. Now, was that the money that he gave to you to give to me, that I gave to you to give to me, and he gave to him? Anyway, I knew it was just Roach's way of doing business. We never had a fight, babe, did we? Did you grudge me that I got paid more than you? Why am I asking? You sure as hell can't tell me now. What does it matter anyway? We're living on Alimony Boulevard right now. Boy, we've seen money come and go, but 1937 took the biscuit. And what were we doing? Clowning it up on the set of Way Out West, dancing that little dance, singing that little song. In the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia, on the trail of the lonesome pine, in the pale moonshine, our hearts entwine, where she carved her name and I carved mine. Oh, June, like the mountains I'm blue, like the pines I am lonesome for you. In the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia, on the trail of the lonesome pine. My God, babe, you're still here. I'd heard that sometimes people who've lost the power of speech can hear something they know and suddenly repeat it without thinking about it. It's the thinking that's the problem. But the memory's in there, and out it comes. Goddamn, babe. That's a hell of a thing. You got more memory in there. All our routines, our gags. Babe, you were the greatest at taking a fall. And you could milk it. We just had to keep the camera turning, and you'd stare into it and... Yeah. Oh, that's it, babe. You'd be sitting in the fallout from some terrible disaster and staring deep into camera, straight into the eyes of every person in the hall, unblinking, absolute, hilarious frustration. You'd raise your hand to the devastation that surrounded you and pick off the tiniest piece of fluff from your vest and flick it away, and the laugh in the hall would go on and on and on. In the depths of your humiliation, you'd stare out into the audience and they'd love it. It was like nothing that happened to you could be bad enough. Just had to get worse, right? Yeah, I know. We never analysed why a fat fella losing his dignity was the funniest thing in the world. You just got on with it. Oh, babe, you're getting tired. I've just remembered something. Cove. Little Irish fishing port of Cove. Our first stop on that trip to Britain after the war. Going back to tour the variety circuit for Delfont. Terrible crossing. We were as sick as dogs. We didn't really know what we were getting into. And we're sitting, you and me, in the ship's lounge. And out of nowhere you said, I'm scared of what we'll find in Britain. What if people just don't want us anymore? And it made me realize that our kind of humor was, well, old-fashioned. It came out of the halls and vaudeville, and this was what, 1947, 48, a different world. And damn it, you got me scared then, because I thought, well, if Babe thinks we might bomb, then we really might. And that would have been the end of us. And I went to bed thinking about life without Stan and Ollie. You do remember. That's right, babe, the bells. The bells of Cove, on the coast of Ireland. That was it. You came running into our stateroom shouting about the bells. We were making landfall, and we could hear the church bells. Dum-de-dum, dubba-de-dum, dubba-de-dum. The cuckoo song. All the church bells in that little Irish seaport were playing the cuckoo song. And we looked at each other and burst into tears. They still needed us. And there were hundreds of people just to welcome us. I remember saying to you, what do? Do we give them a speech? And you stood there looking at this mighty crowd, and you just very grandly took my hat off, brushed it with your sleeve, put it back on my head, folded back my collar, brushed down my coat, and the roars of laughter. Because, of course, when I tried to do the same to you, you pushed me away. We had 10 minutes of material right there. And the cheers. Good golly. So simple, so easy. And people got such a kick out of it. We just had to be us. They still need us, you know. Don't be afraid of what comes next, babe. You're loved wherever you go. No long goodbyes, eh? No need. God bless. What is it? There goes that old hand again, up to your throat. What, you want more water? Here. don't want water. Why do you keep touching your throat? You're waving your hand around in front of your throat. Are you having a seizure? Lucille! Lucille, get the nurse, quick! Why are you waving your hand around in front of your throat? Oh, wait, your throat! I get it! You're trying to do the tie twiddle. All this time, you've been doing the tie twiddle. And every time you've done it, I've poured a glass of water down your throat. Oliver Hardy, all this time you've been waving that imaginary tie at me like the true Southern gentleman that you are. And Mr. Laurel has been mistakenly pouring water down your throat until your bladder must be strained to breaking point. Babe, that's our best gag yet. You're a funny, funny man. Oh, babe.
Tom Courtenay was Stan Laurel in Stan by Neil Brand. Oliver Hardy was played by Ewan Bailey. The woman in the Laurel and Hardy short, Casket Cases, was played by Barbara Barnes, and Uncle Cecil by Ed Bishop. The director was Ned Chaillet.